Hi, thanks for joining us today on Authenticate Use video and topic for discussion. We'll be asking 5 questions as well as getting the input from 2 other college students that I got to interview at Palomar and sort of seeing and going into what does it mean, what does having a mental health stigma mean, and what does it mean to them, and ways you can help desensitize it, and just how to explore it more just from other people's perspective. So basically, to start it off, we're going to start off with the questions, and I'll go ahead and answer them myself. And for those of you who are not familiar with what a stigma is, stigma is a mark of disgrace that sets a person apart. When a person is labeled by their illness, they are seen as part of a stereotyped group, and negative attitude creates prejudices, which leads to negative actions and discrimination. It's basically what the definition of a stigma is. And so what mental health stigma means to me is just that for whatever illness or sickness that you have or that you're going through, people will treat you differently and judge you solely upon what it is. It can be just like depression or having high anxiety or going through an eating disorder or something. Like, people are solely judging as like, oh, well, if she's depressed, then obviously we can't go and talk to her or have a fun time because she's always going to be sad or whatnot. Or we can't take a person with high anxiety anywhere because they're going to just freak out about everything. And so it's always something that carries a negative connotation with it. So that was like one of the questions that we will be going through too. The second question is, give an example of a stigma. And like I was mentioning, an example for like someone with anxiety, if they have high anxiety, it's just like, oh, you can't take someone with anxiety anywhere because they're going to freak out about something, and then it's going to cause an embarrassment to the person or the person who's with them. So, and then for number 3, why do you think mental health stigmas exist? I personally think mental health stigmas exist because people can't really understand or conceptualize what the illness is, or they don't know how to deal with it or how to respond with it, or they're not informed about said disorder on how to really help the person or communicate with them. Because some issues like, okay, well, how do I talk to or handle my friend, like if they're going through a manic stage or if they're too hyper to sort of have a regular conversation with. Like, I think they're afraid of what they don't know. And so that's why stigmas exist, because people don't want to take the time to either find out more information about it or they don't know how to handle it. And so for, I guess, a natural response as a human for something that you don't know or understand is to basically stray away from it and cut it off completely and just have nothing to do with it. So that's why I personally think mental health stigmas exist. And just especially with trying to even go into treatment for these things, that's like a whole nother video that I'll probably touch upon. But people think that, oh, it's just a phase, and oh, you're depressed, you'll get over it, or it's just a thing you're going through, like it'll end once you mature or something, which is definitely not the case. Most of these are chronic illnesses that some will have for the rest of your life or needs to be treated with medication. But like I said before, that's a whole nother video. For our other question, how would you help desensitize these stigmas? I think a really great way to help start breaking down the barrier of stigma is just getting rid of it, is actually talking with the person. You know, asking them like, what can I do to help, or what would you need for me to do? And if you don't understand something, it's okay to ask, like, or ask them, like, I don't know if you feel comfortable, but if you do need anything, what can I do for you? Like, give them support as best as you can. And then, especially if it's like a close family or friend, like, find out information and go ahead and do some research of your own. Just tell them that you're there for support and help if they need to. Like, don't go off and just judge them, or especially don't go off and like, oh, I will fix you, because obviously you can't fix them. But being informed, looking into it, seeing which ways you can do it, the different types of treatments you can get involved with. And I think that'd be a really great start to help desensitizing. And also spreading awareness is number 1. Because if they don't know about it, then how will you help something that you don't know about? So basically the first thing is to spread awareness about whatever it is. If it's like anxiety, eating disorders, cutting, self-harm, suicide, just anything, spread awareness, get the facts out, the information, like where to go for treatment, who specializes in it, and the warning signs and everything else. That's a very good way to start. So that would be a step towards desensitization of stigmas and just acceptance, basically. Next question, the reason why I speak. The reason why I speak is because personally I've gone through a lot of these struggles myself, and it's a continuing battle of every day to choose to be in recovery, to choose to be healthy, to choose to go ahead and live life. And it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life, but I know it will be worth it. And the reason why I speak is to help give people like me a voice and others that can't be heard. Silence is definitely threatening and damaging. And so if we can get more people to speak out about their experiences and stand together, we can move mountains. So the reason why I speak is for support and for others, and just be that advocate. And so that would be my side on the things, and we can go ahead and go look to my people that I interviewed coming up and see what they have to say. And then also, if you have any questions or information on any of illnesses, disorders, or whatnot, you can go ahead and leave a comment, a message, and any questions about how to get treatment or whatnot, go ahead and comment a message and I'd be more happy to help. Alright, so let's go ahead and check them out.
Janelle Thomas.
Hi, my name's Anna.
Mental health stigma, to me, is you get categorized in the wrong way about the different types of disease you have.
I would say stigma to me means having like a differentiation from the general public, and you're usually different, and the public decides that you're different and usually treats you a lot differently because of your stigma or your differences.
Nice.
Personally, I have ADHD, and everyone's put me in the category of she's gonna act crazy, she's gonna act aloof, but it's just not true.
My example of stigma that I've had experience with is actually my best friend has anxiety and depression. There have been multiple times where I've hung out with her and she's had a less than positive day, or she'll have an anxiety attack, and it's just something that you have to help them through, even though it's different and sometimes you don't know how.
The same reason like stereotypes exist. People feel the need to categorize someone because of the way they think they're going to act.
And some ways to desensitize stigmas is to maybe be more informed about them so they're not as strange, and we don't treat people as differently by having more information out there, doing more studies so people can be more informed and it's not such a strange thing to have a stigma for mental health or anything really.
Awesome.
Pretty much to just be understanding that no matter if you have a disease, everyone is different.
Because I have a lot of family members and friends that have mental health stigmas, and I've had to help them along, and I've had some trouble myself, and it's always good to share experiences with the rest of the public so they can be informed and learn from other people's experiences to help themselves.
Or individuals like myself who get put in categories that they don't naturally fall into and can be different.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. That's it for this video, and like I mentioned before, any questions, comments, go ahead, message, leave below. Be happy to help, happy to answer. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next video. Thanks.